Hi everyone, if you're watching, I'll just check and see if I'm live. Not yet. I'll just get out and go back in again. Welcome if it's your first time watching. There I am. A little bit crooked again. I hate being crooked. We'll go this way. No, we go this way. And we'll go, that's about right. It's probably a little bit crooked. Not too bad. That way. Wrong way. It's like reversing a car or reversing a caravan. You've got to go the other way. Morning, everyone. Much better. Let's go that way. Make sure I don't turn myself off. Hi, everyone. Now we might be a little bit straight. Not too bad. Morning, everyone. My name is Laura Strengths and I'm admin for this group. Hello, Jeannie. I'll just turn my laptop a bit. Hello, May. Good midnight. Yes, it would be midnight over there. Christine, hello. Just finished my storm prep. Are you having a storm there? Morning, Carmel. Nice to have you on. Welcome anyone that's new to my group. Most of you that are on at the moment are some of my regulars. Hello, Lorraine from Sydney, Canada. Sydney, your Sydney is spelled S-I-D. We've got Sydney here in Australia, but it's S-Y-D, where you get the little calendar. Oh, where did I get the little calendars? Just online. We've got a couple of crafting groups here. eBay, you can get them off eBay. They are, just type in mini desk calendars or mini 2026 calendars. There's quite a few around. This is a good size. I got these from just a private group or website. It was in Tasmania and she packaged them up really nicely, put a lovely little postcard type thing in the package as well, and it was really nicely done. So I only got one pack of 10, so I'm not doing them as a class or anything this year. Sometimes we do them as a class, but I needed at least 14 and I didn't want to buy another pack, so I'll just make all these up and give them out as gifts. Morning, Jenny. Morning, Lynn. Hello. Nice to have you on. Andrea, hello. All of the southeast Queensland under severe what? Oh, well, yeah, we get a storm in the afternoon, but my husband's out at golf, so we don't do much for, well, I don't take much notice of the weather. We don't get too severe here, and saying that, it could happen. So that's okay, Lorraine. I'll just mention my couple of things here before I start. As you all know, I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, have been for nearly 10 years. I've got a Facebook page. I did post a few cards up in there the other day and some little projects. If you keep an eye out on my YouTube channel, I've got the next 2 weeks, I've got some projects there that we did at our retreat a couple of weeks ago. So you can get the video and the PDF from the files tab for those. I'm not doing all of them because some of them are in there from before. So there is a couple. And then I had my friend over, Annette, the other day, and we were working on some more cards. So we worked non-stop all day. We just designed a few more cards. So I've done 3 of them already that will be coming up on YouTube videos as well. so I'm well in advance. I'm going to have a little break over Christmas while I'm away, but the YouTube I usually record, so you'll see them probably right the way through. My lives, I'll fill you in on that as we get to them. Middle ridge also blown off the ridge last Sunday. Yeah, we got heavy rain last Sunday, but we didn't get... where is Middle Ridge? I've never heard of Middle Ridge. It's probably out west somewhere. Hello, Vicky. Very cloudy, sunny coast. Yeah, we haven't had any hail, thank goodness. Oh, we did have, a few weeks ago, we had little spots of rain, hail. Not a lot. We're pretty lucky here. Good morning, Lyndall. Nice to have you on. Back to this. So I did post some projects up on my Cards by Laura page. So if you're a follower on that, you can see some in there. And if you're a member of this group, if you're watching now, Toowoomba. Yeah, they cop it a lot up there. I've got a niece that lives in Toowoomba, so I hope she's okay. If you're watching, you're in my group, which is Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. Just a couple of things with that. If you do invite someone into the group, just be sure that they answer the 2 questions. 1, why they wish to join, and 2, that they agree to the rules. I've had quite a few come through that one lady even private messaged me and she said, I can't find the questions. She was on her phone, she was on her iPad. Normally you have to go onto a laptop or PC to see the questions. So just remind anyone that if you invite them in, to make sure they answer the 2 questions. They're fairly simple questions. And I have been finding, and I think I've got my settings set like that, if you've been a member for 2 or 3 years and you haven't posted anything, shared any of your creations, you tend to be dropping off. So just be aware of that as well. The group is all about sharing. Hello from Washington State, Tia. Hello. Thank you very much. And my YouTube channel, as I mentioned before, is called Creative Gems, and love you to subscribe to that. My numbers are coming up slowly in that. If you do hit the subscribe button, there's also a little bell in there. If you hit that, it'll be notified each time one of my projects is there for viewing. I do record my videos for convenience because I'm not always available on a Monday morning at 9 o'clock. So I record them and schedule them to go up at 9 o'clock every Monday morning. You can still comment in there. I love people commenting on my cards. So I hope you enjoy my channel. That is all. I don't think there was anything else in there. Just please keep sharing. If you do some of these, some of you may not have the calendars yet, but you can get them online. Most places have them, eBay, anywhere. They're all roughly the same size. So see how you go. This is the little pack I got, and there was 10 in it. She did have a little postcard thing in it as well, so I've got 10 in there to use. I've used a few already, so I'll make them all up. And my sister-in-law often keeps a little one in her handbag, so I'm sure she'll enjoy this one. Hello, Beth. Nice to have you on. Okay, we shall get started. I'm doing 2 projects. This is the first one. It's just a little easel stand. Nice to sit on your desk. The paper I'm using on the ones today, as well as the 2 that I've already made up, is called Brushed with Beauty. It's a new online exclusive one. It's not available to customers yet. It's still on pre-order for, I think it'll come out probably the 5th of this month. Today's the 1st. Oh, happy November. We're into November already, not long for Christmas. So that's the paper that I'm using on all of them. Really pretty paper. This one here I noticed, it's got a border around, which I cut off so I could just use the flowers. I think that's meant for scrapbookers to do as a full page on a scrapbook page. But really pretty paper. This one is really pretty as well. So that's that. Nice one there. The backs of them are all muted type patterns. I've ordered a new Petal Pink ink pad because my Petal Pink is coming out really orangey looking. It's horrible, and I'm not sure whether it's that pad or what. So I thought, bugger it, I'll just order a new ink pad and see if I get a better image with the colour. Maybe it's the re-inker that I've used. I won't re-ink the new one just yet until I see how this one goes. It might be the re-inker that I need a new one of. It's disappointing because it comes out a really horrible colour. Hello, Lorraine. Jeannie, you've tagged someone that's not in the group. Beth St. Peter's Edgeman. Not sure what that is. You've tagged that person or group or whatever it is. This is Laura Does Stampin' Up. Love the Dove die set for sale. Yes, I love the dies as well. The Dove set as well. Yes, they do have. I'll show you. It's out the back because I've got a workshop tomorrow. They do sell the Dove set. It's in my annual catalogues out the back as well. Yeah, they do sell it. So if you go online, just if you're a customer, I'm not sure. The paper is called. This is the paper because I'm doing another. It's called Peaceful Garden. The paper, there's the doves in there. I fussy cut some. That's the Dove paper. But the dies and stamp set are available through Stampin' Up as well. Just have such lovely papers. Thanks, May. I love Stampin' Up. We're getting a little bit short on nice papers at the moment, so I'm just using what I've got here. There is a new catalogue, or the pre-order for the next mini catalogue comes out on, I think it's either the 16th or the 18th of this month. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. It'll be, the catalogue itself won't come out until January next year, but the pre-order will be out later this month. Hello, Jan. Thank you. It is pretty. I've got 2 packs already, but that's the maximum I can order at the moment because it's on pre-order. And happy birthday for yesterday. Hope you had a lovely day. Okay, we'll get started with this. I'm burbling on a bit this morning. So my easel calendar, we'll get with the pieces first. Very simple, this one. The next one's not much. It's not hard either, so just a little bit more on it. My base, I've chosen Mossy Meadow. It's 11 inches by 4 1/4. And then the mat on the front, 5 1/4 by 4, which is in the Petal Pink, which is that one there. And then the DSP, this is the one that I cut the border off. Really pretty paper. That's that one, 5 by 3 3/4. There's no US or Australian for these. They're just a desk calendar, so it's not like it's a card. The calendar mat. Now, the mat, it depends on the size of your calendar, so you'd have to measure your calendar and make it 1/8 of an inch bigger all the way around. So 1/4 of an inch on 2 sides. That's how I like the mat behind, just gives it a little break up when you put it on. And then the greeting mat, I've just done a little greeting out of my decal circles. And this one for the greeting, whatever greeting you choose to do. This one here is from the Decorative Trees. That's little for you. I don't do it in Christmas colours because it's really for all year. So you can go back to your normal papers at the moment and not have Christmas papers. It's nice to change back to normal papers. And then the insert, which is the same colour as my base, it's 4 by 4. I'm going to score that piece and I'll show you that in a minute. So that's all of that. We'll put that aside. I will upload this video to YouTube, and these measurements will be in the description box, and also the PDF for both. There'll be 2 PDFs. They will go into the files tab in the group. So we'll just get our scorer. There's not much, well, there's no cutting to do at the moment. This one here, I'll just get my instructions so I'll make sure I do it right. Hopefully my video, it's nice and clear at the moment. I did lift the camera up a bit because I thought that was part of the blurry. But the other problem last week was our little booster thing outside the door. I hadn't switched over to that because we're in the process of getting a new modem. We got one and it's still not working, so we've gone back to the old modem. We've got NBN coming out next week, and my husband's going to the Telstra shop on another day, and it's just all a mess. So we're back on the old system, which I don't care if I stay on the old one at the moment. We're getting rid of our home phone. Lots happening at the moment. So hopefully it won't go blurry and cut in and out. I can see it's lovely and clear at the moment, so I will upload it to YouTube. The only reason I didn't upload last week's because it was in 2 parts, and it was so, I watched it back and it was so annoying cutting in and out. I know you still got the gist of the whole video, but I don't like to upload that to YouTube, so that's okay. It will stay in the files tab, in the featured tab. I did put the video in there, so, and it's in 2 parts, so you can always go back and watch it there. We're doing a lot of talking this morning. So this one here, I'm scoring at 5.5, which is half the base piece, and we can bend that. And I will score this one now. So it's a square piece. And you're going to score it at 1/2 inch. I'll go from this side. Normally I go 1/2 inch that side because that keeps it nice and level at the top. Then I flip it around and go the other way. 1/2 inch and then 2 inches. But you can go from the one side if you wish. 2 inches and 2.5, which is there. 2.5. That doesn't seem right. Hang on a minute. There should be another score. Oh, and 3, I think. It's 4 inches. We need another 1/2 inch on this end. That's not right. Hang on, and I shall measure my other one. We've got 1/2 inch on each side. I know it's not right. And 1.5 and 1.5. So 2 inches is correct. And then this one here should be 3.5. That one there I'll push out. I'll change my change my PDF in a minute. It's that one there I don't need. You won't see this anyway. I'm just pushing out that score line. It should be 3.5, that last one. That's better. So it's in half at 2 inches and then 1/2 inch on each end. I'll just fix up my PDF. Don't know why I put, that should be 3.5. And that's correct. I'll fix that before I post it. So you've got that, and then that, and then that. So it's like a short tail W, which is what you need. Just had one wrong measurement there. And I'll burnish that and that. And we'll get back to that piece in a minute. We're going to do the rest first. We'll do that piece last. So, push that over. All you do is put your, I'll get my silicone mat, adhere your DSP or patterned paper. DSP is short for Designer Series Paper, which is a Stampin' Up terminology. So if ever you see me type DSP on something, it's Designer Series Paper or patterned paper if you don't deal with Stampin' Up. I'm just adding that onto there, and you've got the 1/8 inch border. I prefer a 1/8 inch border all the way around. It's easier to see, and trying to line up a 1/16 border, it doesn't always look even to me. So very rarely I do a 1/16 border. It's usually 1/8. So if you're cutting, it's 1/4 inch bigger on 2 sides, if that makes sense. Or 1/4 inch smaller. If you've got your base, this one is 1/4 inch smaller on 2 sides, and that will give you your 1/8 inch border all the way around. Hello, Tia. What is your glue? That is Stampin' Up! Sell this. It's Tombow, it's called. You can get it besides Stampin' Up! On the website, eBay, and all those have it. Tombow Multi-Purpose Liquid Glue, it's called. Best glue ever. And especially if you're trying to get something, so you've got a bit of wiggle room. If you use tape or seal, which I've got my seal there, that's a Stampin' Up! Seal. If you're using that, lots of times if you've put it down, you can't move it. If you want something that you've got to line up nicely, you need to be able to move it. I think that paper's right way up. It's really not pattern anyway. So that's that piece. And then we've got this, which I'm going to... Good morning from New Jersey. Just got done with my family in New Jersey. Hope you're doing well with the nor'easter storm. We haven't got any storm here yet. I'll just see if I've missed anyone. Gay, hello Gay. Bit late, but good morning. Amanda, hello. Andra, hello. Thanks, Laura, for the birthday. That's not a problem. Lorraine, can buy it at Michael's craft store. Oh, there you go. You can buy it at Michael's as well. Most places have it. Just that one's nearly out. I'll put that away. This one here's got an older one. It's had the label taken off. I always use the fine point tip end. It just gives you the right amount of glue, and you just squeeze it as you go. When you first start a new one, it often comes out fairly thick, but I never use this end because it's way too much glue putting. If you put too much glue on your project, it will bubble. It's like any paper cardstock. If it's too wet, it will bubble your card. So try and just use minimal glue. You don't need half a pot of glue on it. I'm going to put this at the bottom, same as the other one. Put that down there in the center. Just got a little greeting at the top this time. And we'll put that, I'll put this flat, and then I'll put the matte part up with dimensionals, which is another Stampin' Up! Product, or their foam, little foam pillow things, whatever you call them, I'm not sure. Foam mounts, I think most people call them, which are these. We have mini ones and we have standard ones. The mini ones are sort of half the size, and these are that size. They're just double-sided sticky back, and they raise your product, raise your greeting or whatever up just a little bit to give it a bit of dimension. I'll pop that up the top. I wanted to show the nice paper on this one. So that's that one. And then this here, all we're going to do is where you've folded it like this edge here is going to go parallel. Now it's a fraction smaller, an 1/8 of an inch smaller on each side, only because I didn't want it hanging out over the edges. So I've made it 1/4 of an inch smaller, but it's an 1/8 on each side. And you fold the small piece backwards, and this fold here will go against the, I'm going to use some tear and tape on this. I think it's starting to rain here by the sounds of it. Hubby said it wasn't going to rain till this afternoon. I think he's going to get caught. He went over to the neighbours yesterday for coffee, and when he got back, he was in the kitchen doing something, and he looked like he was staggering a little bit. And I said, "Have you been drinking?" Because he went for coffee. And he said, yeah, why? How'd you know? I said, because you're staggering. He'd had a couple of glasses of probably red wine, because I know the neighbour drinks red wine. So I think he'd had a couple of glasses of red wine. Good luck to him. He sat around. Well, he did wash my car yesterday. Actually, I'll put the other piece, put the tape on both sides. I think it is raining out there, or it's wind. Nice day for crafting. We'll leave that one on for the minute. So back this way, so you've got your mountain fold here, and you've got a mountain fold at the bottom, and you're going to line up this folded edge with the bottom of the base here on the inside, and just leave that little 1/8 inch. I think you can see that, how it's lined up along there. It's a bit of a dark colour to be working with. Doesn't matter if it's a fraction up, at least you won't see it. So that's that. Then you take the backing off this piece, got a bin there underneath, and just fold that down flat like that. Bring this one over, line it up straight along your edges, up and down this way, and close it shut. That way you know it's going to be exactly right. And then you've got your little easel section in there. And that is done. We've got some embellishments to put on that one. I've got these. I might put some of these brighter ones on it. These came with the suite. You get, in the suite, you get two, just trying to see where I open it, 2 stamp sets and sets of dies. So that's 2 bundles. You get the paper, you get these embellishments, and you get an embossing folder. Or I'm not sure of the price, but it's a big suite, so it's quite nice. I'll put 3 on this. Actually, I'll put a couple of little ones. This is Calypso Coral, I think. These little ones. The Calypso Coral, I think that's basic beige and white. The colours on that. It says, it doesn't mention crumb cake on it, but crumb cake, I use crumb cake there, and it goes nicely with the paper, but it doesn't say crumb cake on the thing. So it goes nicely with vanilla. I've used vanilla on the greeting, and I've used vanilla on these as well, because it's got those sort of tones in the background. So that's those 2. We'll put that aside, and we'll go to the next one. Lots of rain today and wind. Sunny in Harvey Bay at the moment, storms later. Yes, there's storms around. I just hope no one gets any damage from them. We're pretty lucky here. We've never had a storm that's caused any damage. So this is my next one. Similar, this one's, no, not similar. This is an easel one. And it's a post-it note here, and I've done a little pencil holder down the bottom here. These pencils were given to me by a friend of my crafting friend. She's got a box of about 40 of them. So they're nice. They go nicely coloured with this. I've also got a little box of red ones, normal little mini pencils like that. They come in handy for projects like this. I'm not sure where she got hers, but if you go online again, you could probably type in mini pencils. They sell them by the box, lots of them. So we'll leave that sitting there for the minute. Too much talking. So our pieces for this one are, you may have to finish off your project if you haven't got your calendars or pencils or anything, but that's fine. You can do the rest of it and add the bits later. Post-it notes, you can get them anywhere. Officeworks, Kmart, Big W, lots of department stores have post-it notes. So I'm going through the pieces first. I'm talking away and not thinking what I'm doing. The base for this one is 11.5 by 4 1/8. That's in basic beige, that piece. And my easel front, which is going up this here, this section, pencil there. It's the same colour, 5 3/4 by 4 1/8. leave that back up there. And then our mats front and inside are these two here, 5.5 by 3 7/8. There's two of those. That's in the petal pink. The DSP for the front and inside, which is a new one, the new paper, 5.25 by 3 5/8. That's two of those. My calendar mat, which is this one here in the petal pink, 3 3/8 by 2 1/4, or to fit your calendar, whatever calendar size you get. Some of them are a little bit different. And then the mat that goes on the post-it. Oh, my greeting. This is just the Stylish Shapes greetings. Those two. I've just got for you from this one here. This one's a retired one, I think. It was online, but I'm not sure if it's still current. It's a little for you on that one. So I've got those two there. I've got the mat and the greeting. And whatever greeting you choose, it will be the size for those. And then the post-it note mat is this one here, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, which fits that. It's got 1/8 inch border all the way around. I didn't have one that would match that colour, but I thought this lemon yellowy colour in the paper. And then my pencil holder is 2 by 1 1/2, and I'll show you how we do that in a sec. So we shall get started. I'll put those measurements in the description box of the video as well. They'll all be together in the one video. So we'll start by scoring this piece. Yay, got you live. Good morning. Good morning, Audrey. We're getting lots of rain today, and we saw that one. Audrey, you can go back and watch the beginning. I'm on to the second project now, so you can go back and watch the replay after. I will pin it to the featured tab. So anyone that wants to watch it again, it will be in the featured tab, but I will upload it to YouTube when I'm finished. So this one here, there's a couple of scores on this one. 2 7/8, which is there, and 5 3/4, which is the halfway mark. 5 3/4. Make sure I'm doing it right. So it's in half. It's just two mountain folds. That one that way. Again, my bone folder. This is a gift from my crafting buddy. It's a Teflon. Pretty sure it's Teflon bone folders. They are so good. They don't leave a normal bone folder. When you burnish your card, it leaves a mark, a shiny mark. These don't. They're Teflon. There's about 4 or 5 in the set, and my crafting buddy got it for me for a gift. I wanted to order them myself, and I kept asking her because she kept saying they were out of stock. They were out of stock, and then I know why, because she had already bought it for me, so she didn't want me to go ahead and order it. So this one here first, that goes onto the front of that. So all you need is adhesive on this part here, and it will line up with the edges all the way around. So we're going to put some glue, and I don't put it right close to the edge because it will spread out there. And just a bit of a squiggle in the middle. And then just line this up with the bottom and the sides. Make sure it's nice and straight. If you push your fingers to the side like that, you'll get it nice and straight. I think that's a plane, not thunder. Yeah, it's an aeroplane. We get a lot of planes going over here. I love watching the planes. So that's that. Now these two, we can put these together. That one and that one. Fairly simple projects today. I've got another one organised for next week. It's actually one that we did on Wednesday. I did with my friend. She found a couple of quick ones to do, so I had to adjust quite a few things on them. When you find a video or find a project they're not always to the size you want them. So it's a lot of work to go and adjust the sizing. And then you get some videos that you watch and their measurements in their blog or in their thing are totally wrong. So you've got to do it yourself anyway. But we get the idea from the video. I don't go and just write all the measurements down and then put it together. I check, because lots of times, well, not lots of times, but sometimes the measurements are wrong and then you've mucked up your whole card. So both of those go onto the mats. Make sure I get my patterned paper up the right way this time, because it is directional. So that's those two. Now one's going on the front, like so. It gives you the 1/8 inch border around. So glad my video is nice and clear today. I just need to get it straight to start. It's hard to tell from up above whether it's going to be straight or not until you go live. It doesn't always look right, or it looks right, but it doesn't come out right. And then that one's going in there. I'm all set up out the back for tomorrow's workshop. Looking forward to that. I've got 7 ladies tomorrow and 5 on Wednesday. I do 2 days in the big first week of the month, Sundays and Wednesdays. I do my workshops. So some of them prefer the Sunday because they work full time, and the others, if they don't work, they like to come midweek. So we do them on the Wednesday, which is all good. Now this one here, I'm going to glue this. Make sure you get your post-it note up the right way. I'm just going to glue that straight onto there. This glue must be nearly out as well, but I prefer it not too thick. Make sure it's, when I put it on the, we'll get up here a bit. You can get your post-it notes lots of places. But they make a lot of different colours, so, but they don't always line up with what you've got. So we'll leave that for a sec. We'll do that in a minute. We'll put the calendar on first. This is the calendar here. And stick that onto there. Not next Saturday, the following Saturday, there'll be no live video because I'm organising a baby shower for my daughter-in-law. She's having a bub in January, and we're having a baby shower before Christmas because she's due the 11th of January, which is too late to do anything. We're away till, I think, the 10th of January, so hopefully she doesn't come early. This is going up the top. We can put that part on. So I'll let you know next week that there'll be no live on the following one. It's not till Saturday afternoon, but I think I'll be a little bit busy in the morning getting food ready, and I'll probably have to go to the shop because I was going to order some sandwich. I was going to make sandwiches, and then I'm not sure. I'm going to see if Woolies does sandwich platters. Not sure if they do or whether it's worth it. I know Costco does. Just need to find my little, oh, there it is over there. Put my greeting on. So that's exciting. I went with her not last week, the week before. She had another scan. Everything's on track. I'm going with her at the 36-week mark, which is on Monday. A couple of weeks time. Oh, it's in December. She'll be 36. Oh, that's on the wrong side. I can see that. I need a bit more glue. It's got stitching around these so you can see which way they go. Stamp set bundle. Hello, Audrey. Which stamp set bundle, Annette? On last chance at the moment. Surely not this one because it's still pre-order. Oh, do you mean the beautiful butterfly one? Are you talking about this one? I think that might be what you're talking about. I put the calendar at the top of this because so you could see it better. Otherwise, it might get lost down in here behind the post-it note. So I put the calendar up the top. I think Annette's talking about the beautiful butterflies bundle. Maybe, I'm not sure. Yes, thank you, Annette. I thought so. Good guess. We think alike. We were doing something the other day. We both laughed our head off. I think, oh, I'd made a mistake. I'd made a horrendous mistake and it was not fixable. So I tried pulling it apart and it just went everywhere. So it ended up in the bin. We had a bit of a laugh about that. Post-it note I'm going to put here. Now, it depends where you put it, how high you want it to sit up. This one here, as you can see, I've got it there. It's about 1.5 inches forward. So I'll move it there. So long as you've got enough room here, I might put the pencil thing in first. Now, all you do with this is roll this around your pencil. So you want the longs, it's going this way. So the short, oh no, it goes the other way, beg your pardon. I've made it longer, so the long side this way, and just I'll curl it first a little bit. Just curl it like so. Actually, we'll use one of these others. So just curl that a little bit so it breaks up the fibres for you, and then it's easier to roll. You can use your normal bone folder for this. Like that, and then we're going to roll that around like so, reasonably tight because it'll loosen off when you stick it down, and it's easy enough to slide in and out. So that's the shape of it. Now I'm going to put a strip of Terran tape down on the inside of this, which is in the mess here somewhere. So just one strip of Terran tape along there. I wouldn't use glue for this because you've got to be able to hold it together, and it's the size of it's going to be a little bit difficult. So just use a strip of tape and then take the back off that. That Annette that I was talking to before, that's my crafting buddy. Annette. So just roll that around again and bring the sticky piece across like so. You could put before you roll it, you could put some DSP pattern paper over it as well, but I don't think it's necessary. It tones in nicely. So that's still reasonably loose, but if it's sitting on your desk, it's not going to matter that it'll stay there, and you just pop it back in. Now I'm going to put another strip of Terran tape across that join there, like so, on the join, because then that can go face down onto your calendar, or onto the base of the easel. So we'll just push that down nicely. Take the backing off that piece. And we shall put that in the centre. It's just a fraction up from the bottom and in the middle. and it sits there nicely. Pop your pencil in there. That one's a little bit firmer than the other one, which is good. It's not going to fall out, that one. And then you can judge where to put this. So I'll put a heap of glue over the back of that. And we are done. Oh, we can put a couple of embellishments on. I did these projects quite a few years ago. I was looking back through something to do that's quick and easy for Saturday morning. One wouldn't have taken very long to do, so that's why I decided to do the two. So I'm just putting it about that far up from the pencil. Stick that down, and then that will sit up like so. And we shall put some embellishments up the top. I might use these bony coloured ones. Just a couple of big ones. One in there and one in there. And that is it. Push all this mess aside. So we look as though we're organised. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed that. If you've got any questions, thanks Beth. Hello Vicky. We've just finished, so you can go back and watch the video later if you want to. It'll be pinned to the featured tab. You probably can't see those as well. I'll pop them down like that, but you have got the pencil there for your post-it note as well. Sit them like so. And that's it. I will be on again next week and then a week off, and I hope you enjoy that. Have a lovely week, everybody, and some of you that are watching, I will see you tomorrow. I'm all set up out the back. I'm going to have a play with some of these projects again that we did on the weekend, or last Wednesday it was, not the weekend. I'll lose track of the days here, so thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you again next week. Thanks, May. Thanks, Jeannie. Bye for now.